guys, happy Friday. Welcome back to another 5 weekly favorites. First up is a consumable food favorite. Because we started working out pretty recently, I feel like we've been doing it consistently for maybe 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
I think, yeah, like 7 weeks.
Yeah. We decided, well, our best friend Alyssa, she's like a pro at all this stuff, and she advised that we should probably be eating more protein because, as you guys know, we don't eat meat. So we feel like we kind of already lack protein in our diet. And we were getting so sore. I mean, even as we sit here today, we are very sore.
Yeah.
Our legs are sore. And we were kind of like thinking that protein could help with that as well.
Well, they say it's like the building blocks of muscles, right?
Yeah.
So like we also have the mindset that we don't want to be, doing these workouts, which they're not like time consuming. They're like 30-minute videos. But, we're putting a lot of time and effort into them. And if we're not getting muscle, then like, what's the point, sort of? And
exactly.
We think that protein builds muscle.
Yeah. And so obviously we wanted a vegan protein because, like I said, we don't eat meat, so we don't want anything that comes from animals. And so I did some research on Amazon, and we found this one by Garden of Life, which is the same brand of the zinc supplements we buy, so we kind of already trust the brand. It's the Garden of Life Sport Organic Plant-Based Protein. It has 30 grams of plant protein. Let's see, it's non-GMO, organic, gluten-free, dairy-free.
There's also probiotics in it.
Yes, I was going to say, a lot of reviews on protein powder in general, people say kind of like your stomach has to get used to it. So we thought that it has the added probiotics that would help like with any stomach issues that could potentially occur. And I haven't had any issues with this. The only issue, so we actually like it. We mix it with water. We each do like 1 scoop right after we work out in the morning, mix it up in like a blender bottle, and then we're trying to also implement it in like the afternoon because their serving size is 2 scoops. So like technically we both
that
should
would
be
definitely upset my stomach at one time.
Yeah, but we're trying to just like do what we can, and so far so good with this, and it tastes fine. It's like a subtle vanilla flavor. It's not that bad.
No.
We can drink it in water, no problem. But the only thing is the cost. If you actually were to do 2 scoops of this per day, there's only 19 servings in here, and it's like $40-something. So being healthy is just expensive, seemingly. But that's okay because we really like this. I like that all the ingredients, I like understand what they are. Like it's basically just the protein blend of like pea proteins, like garbanzo beans, cranberry seed protein. There's organic vanilla flavoring, sea salt and stevia. And then there's a recovery blend, which is just like apple, turmeric, the probiotics, and that's it. So it's like, I can read everything that's in here. It's very like natural.
Ooh, remind me to try to mix it with that Chobani oat milk today. I bet
that would be good. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, so far so good. If you guys are looking for like a good vegan, organic, natural protein, this one is good. Just the price is high, but I feel like that's kind of what you get. You get what you pay for situation. So recommend. Okay, another food favorite. So Britta has been buying these like blueberry muffins from this brand for a while.
I know I've put them in a video at some point.
Yeah, they're the Veggies Made Great brand. Are these for like kids?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, they're Veggies Made Great. So it says veggies are our #1 ingredient. So they're kind of like these like healthy muffins. This one says keto friendly. I like ignore that stuff. Like,
they all have like carrots, zucchini. They're basically like muffins made with vegetables.
Yeah, they say gluten free, tree nut and peanut free, soy free. And anyways, it says, I thought it said kid friendly, but it says keto again.
I mean, yeah, kids can definitely eat these.
Yeah. So anyways, we saw that they launched a cinnamon roll version, which like, if you know us, we love cinnamon sugar, cinnamon rolls. Cinnamon rolls are like our favorite food. Yeah. And then just cinnamon in general is like a top-notch item for us. And so excited about these, and we tried them and love them.
They're so good.
They're so good, and they're just like a good little, like if you just need like a little sustenance in the morning. They're not like a huge,
they're not a meal.
They're not
like
a meal.
Snack.
They're like a little snack.
Treat.
Yeah, I think they're like 90 calories.
Yes.
They're super healthy.
Only 1 gram of sugar. Is that real?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
That's crazy because they taste kind of sweet.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's even 5 grams of protein in these, which is pretty good. So we really love these.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever think we would recommend healthy snacks?
Here we are.
Well, we have some unhealthy cereal videos we're filming today too. So all about balance, as they say. Okay, next up is a body care-ish favorite. So a while back, I watched a video of Dr. Dre's where she was talking about how you can use body wash as hand wash because it has the same surfactant system. And she was saying that it's usually like a better bang for your buck because you can buy like a huge thing of body wash and like fill your soap dispenser and it lasts you a long time, and like the cost per ounce is better than if you buy like a typical hand wash. So I remembered loving this. It's the Raw Sugar Moisture Loving Body Wash in Watermelon Mint. And I used to love this. It's really affordable. It's like $8 for this 25-ounce bottle. And I, have since transitioned to the Harry's body wash and like can't stop using that. It's so affordable. I love the sense of that. And I don't really want my body to smell like watermelon per se. Maybe in the summertime it's fine. But I just remember loving the way that this smelled. It was like a very like authentic, not too sweet watermelon scent. And so I'm like, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna buy this, put it in my like bathroom hand soap dispenser and use this. And so far I love it. I love like I can, the smell when I wash my hands. And even my boyfriend was like, what soap did you buy for our bathroom? I really love how it smells. And he never like notices things like that. And I'm like, oh, fun fact, it's actually a body wash. And I went into the whole story. So if you're looking for kind of a hack on how to save money on hand soap, because I don't know, we go through hand soap in this house so fast, I feel.
That's true.
And so I'm like, I just need something larger so I can like refill it over and over instead of buying. And then it's better because it's less plastic waste as well. So wanted to share that because I've been loving this. Okay, then we have a few show favorites. So the first one we watched last night, actually, it's the Spring Awakening like HBO documentary. I think it's called Those You've Known. And we never saw Spring Awakening when it was on Broadway. I don't even know.
We were quite young. We were young. And then I don't know if they did, like if it was ever filmed for people to watch. I don't know if they ever did that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so it was just on Broadway and we never saw it. But we knew that Leah Michele, Jonathan Groff, and Skylar Astin all got their start in that show. So we've always kind of been like curious about it, I guess. And then HBO did a documentary because the whole original cast of the Broadway show did a reunion show in New York. I think at the same theater that it ran at, I'm not entirely sure. But they did it a few months ago, one night only for charity. And it was the 15-year anniversary of the show, which is crazy. Like not for us, we weren't on the show, but I'm sure for them it was like crazy to think that like 15.
They were so young. They were all like children in this show.
Yeah, and we like Leah Michele, I think she was 20 when she left the show, and then she went to Glee. So it's really young, really young. But yeah, so we loved the documentary. If you like musicals in general, I think it was a really interesting like storytelling aspect of how musicals are made, specifically this musical, because a lot of musicals have like so much history and they've been done time and time again and they're just sort of like brought back and then it's still a production. But this was like and I had no idea about this, but it was a play that the musical, what would you call him? He's not the director, he's like and he's not the composer.
Well, he was,
producer?
They called him the playwright.
Okay, yeah, the playwright. So it's kind of like,
and he did write all the song lyrics.
Yeah, and the Oscars, when there's like an adapted screenplay, like I'd say that's what he did. So he like found this play,
this really obscure play that like no one ever heard of.
Yeah, and he thought like, oh, this would be a great musical, and he like assembled a team to make this happen. And it was just crazy to see like hear how they did it, because I never really put thought into how musicals are made.
Well, and then just the fact we always think of musicals, I guess because we don't live in New York City. I'm sure if you live in New York, it's a different story. But when I think of them all as Broadway, off-Broadway. And this guy just assembled this cast, assembled this crew, and had like this musical going at this very small theater. But then he said his whole like lifelong dream was to have a Broadway play or musical. And so he wanted to get it on Broadway, and then they went into the story of like how you do that, and he did it, but it was kind of like a flop.
Yeah.
Until they got the Tony.
Well, you don't want to give too much.
Okay,
but yeah, it's a really great story. Like hearing that man's perspective about how his dream came true, essentially.
Yes.
And then seeing the cast and like all the behind the scenes. Like we love Jonathan Groff and Leah Michele because we're big Glee fans, and it was just really.
And Skylar Astin, I'm a huge fan.
Skylar Astin's voice is like 10 out of 10 for us.
Well, and Leah Michele, her voice is like I was saying, it's such a gift.
Yeah, something so special.
Yeah.
So it was like really sweet to see them talk about their relationships with each other and like, yeah, behind the scenes. If you like had actually seen Spring Awakening on Broadway with this cast, I'm sure you would love the documentary.
Yeah.
Because we had no like emotional connection to the show itself, but the thing was super interesting. So
Yeah.
just highly recommend.
Yes. Okay, and last up is Grace and Frankie season 7. It's the last season of the show. So earlier this week, we actually went to one of the Netflix is a Joke specials with Jane Fonda.
I don't know if people outside of LA know what this is.
Oh,
Because I
really?
think that
Okay.
there's just billboards here promoting
Okay,
it.
so Netflix is a Joke is some sort of like digital, well, it's like,
They're calling it a festival.
Okay.
But obviously, like, yeah, like digital on Netflix.
yeah, so it's a festival of comedy shows essentially that they're filming for Netflix specials, which is actually a great idea. 'Cause
It's
they can
really cool.
film all these specials in like a, 4-week span maybe?
Yeah.
And then they'll have all this content for Netflix. So fantastic idea. We wanted to go see Mindy Kaling's at the Pantages, but we didn't get tickets.
There's like billboards all over the city,
Yeah.
and every theater essentially has like a few going on. And we live in Hollywood, so we're by like all the theaters.
Yeah.
And it's just been cool to see. It's like every night there's like a different show taping.
Yes.
And it's just a really cool idea. And
Yeah.
like some people are going to all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we got these tickets for free through One Iota, and it's kind of, we haven't really done this before, like we have friends that have done it, but you basically like submit your name. If you get the tickets, then you have to check in like an hour or two like before the show actually starts. You're like let in, and then they basically seat you like
It's like seat filling, if you
kind of like
that.
seat filling, yeah.
Yeah.
But they sat us in the front row, which was amazing. And we
Yeah.
sat next to this like wonderful couple. We had a great time. And there was 5 different female comedians that came out and did like their bits, and they were all hilarious. And Jane and Lily were beautiful, funny.
Oh wait, we didn't say what the one. I don't think we said that we saw Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin.
Oh, I thought I did.
Oh, maybe you did.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, but so this Netflix was a joke was Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin
Yes.
to sort of like close out Grace and Frankie.
Yes.
in this
And
special.
it was so good. We had a blast. We had never been to, what's the theater called?
the Palladium.
Palladium.
Hollywood Palladium,
Yeah.
which is right by us. We could almost walk there, but
Yeah.
we, you know, sometimes things get sketchy at night, so we parked pretty close by.
We parked at Trader Joe's. If you're in the area, you know.
Yeah.
It's close. We parked at Trader Joe's and walked over. But it was fantastic. And we did it during the week, which we never do things during the week because we like get so busy. So we were proud of ourselves for doing that. Loved it. But it made me like even like more sad that the show was ending because I love Grace and Frankie. I love the two of them. The show has me like laughing out loud every single episode.
Yeah.
And I just finished the last episode this morning.
Yeah, I
I'm
still
sad.
need to finish the series. I started the last season, but I need to finish it out. But they were a phenomenal in person too, like so stunning.
Yeah.
And just like still like so in it and like
Yeah.
quick-witted, and it was really, really cool. And we were saying that we don't take it for granted that we were able to do something like this.
Yeah,
Like, it was-
especially for free. Like obviously we bought drinks that were like way overpriced.
Yeah.
But it was worth it.
it was really cool. Okay, that's everything for this week. We hope you guys had a great week and you'll have a great weekend.